Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This is going to be a quick video related to my 911, and I just got new tires put on Saturday, and I also changed my oil the other day. So we're going to take a look at the tires, and then we're going to look through the oil filter and just make sure there's no metal in there. I believe this is the first oil change since I had the IMS bearing changed about 3,500 miles ago. It's been about a year, so my oil was due. It was still looking fine, but I'm going to start changing a little more often versus just once a year, regardless of how many miles I put on it. But so the car, when I bought it, had 108,700 miles, I believe, and right now I'm right at 116,000 miles. And according to the maintenance records that I got from the car, the last time the owner put tires on the car was about 95,000 miles, and the rears were pretty much toast. I'm thinking I probably should have changed them maybe 1,000 miles ago. I didn't measure them, but there's really nothing left. Front's not bad, still in decent shape, but I basically started researching tires, and to do the Michelin PS2s that were on there would have cost me about 800 bucks just to do the rears. So I started looking around on the forums, and the Sumitomo HTF ZIIIs were recommended. People were basically saying they're half the cost and almost all the performance. They said 80–85% of the performance. So for someone like me who doesn't track the car, it's basically a weekend driver, and I drive it during the week. I go up to the local mountain here and I'll drive around. I don't get crazy, but some spirited driving here and there. So I really don't need, full on, something that really could be used on the track. So I'm going to give these a try and see how they do. And installed, they were about 625 bucks versus over 1,400 for the Michelins if I replaced all four. And just to do, like I said, just to do the two Michelins, it would have been about 800, 850. It's worth giving them a try. And, on Tire Rack, it has 4 out of 5 stars. All the reviews are pretty good. The guys at the shop I had them installed at also like them, said they were a decent tire. But, so we'll go outside and we'll take a look at those, and then we'll look through the oil filter and see if we can find anything interesting in there. As always, thanks for watching. All right, so here's a look at the tires. All right, guys, so let's take a look at this oil filter. I want to say there's about 4,000 miles, anywhere between 3,500 and 4,500 miles that I put on it. And this is the first oil change since the IMS bearing. I've only owned the car for a year and a half, and I've put about, let's see, I got it 108.7, and I've got 116,000 miles. So right around 8,000 miles I put on the car in a little over, let's see, 16, 17 months or so. When I got the car, I changed the oil a couple times, and there was nothing in the filter. Everything looked great. The car was really well maintained by the original owner and did everything at the Porsche dealership. IMS was original when I got it, and when I had it changed, just for peace of mind, I know a lot of people say with a high mileage 911 you don't have to, but I did it anyway, and it came out looking pretty good. There was nothing wrong with the seals. The bearings to the naked eye looked good. The biggest issue was there was oil inside, so obviously the seals had failed, like most of them do, but it was still working well. So I've never found, in the 3, possibly 4 times I've changed oil on this car, I've never found anything at all inside the oil filter. No flecks of anything, and this one looks pretty good too. So I'll cut it open and take a look, see if we see anything interesting in here. But, you know, thankfully the car's been pretty solid. I've had a few, if you follow the channel at all, you've seen I've had a few little electrical things I've had to take care of, and I've just done basic maintenance stuff. I did just find out when I had the tires changed that I have my left front CV boot, and I'm assuming it's the outside one is I guess leaking. It's torn and leaking pretty bad, so I'm gonna have to look into that and figure out what I want to do there. Because it sounds like axles, from what I've reading, axles are pretty pricey. So, like rears, I want to say were $900 a piece, and the fronts were about $500 a piece. So I'm hoping I can just hopefully just change the CV joints or the boots, and I don't have to redo everything, but we'll see. See how that pans out. And I'm planning on doing brakes here. My brakes are due. I just got to order the stuff. So I don't see anything in here whatsoever. It's looking pretty good. Which is good news. Looks good. So that's a relief. Until next time, thanks for watching. Hope to get some driving footage for you all soon. Cheers.